because the news has been so depressing, I wanted to turn to something a little bit lighter. The legal battle between Hollywood actors Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. And this all stems from the movie It Ends With Us. Now, Blake Lively sued Justin Baldoni and his production company in December, accusing him or them of sexual harassment and intimidation. Baldoni then countersued Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds for over 600 million Australian dollars, claiming that the couple had engaged in a smear campaign against him. Well, to discuss, let's bring in now the Deputy Editor of news.com.au, Liz Burke. Liz, so great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
One of the things that really struck me about this case, and I was completely outraged by it, was when the New York Times published the story showing that Baldoni had hired publicists to deliberately smear Blake Lively, including on social media.
Yeah, it's a really, there's so much to this story. There's so many angles. There's lawsuits flying all over the place. But I think that is the real crux of it. That's the real outrage. So it kind of all started, the movie that the pair starred in, Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, it came out in August last year. Big movie, big adaptation of a big book, big budget. But it all kind of started to go awry during the press tour when it was noticed that the two stars weren't speaking to each other. Well, they weren't, side by side on the red carpet. They weren't doing interviews together. The tone had very much changed around, around the press of the movie. And Blake Lively was being absolutely slammed in press articles, in social media, and she was criticised for her, approach to some of those interviews. This movie deals with some pretty heavy subject matter. It's about an abusive relationship.
Domestic violence.
Exactly. And she was criticised for, answering some of questions about that issue in her interview, saying that, people were saying that she was flippant about it, even callous, avoiding the topic or even making light of the topic of, intimate partner violence. But I think just the strength of the criticism on social media of her, it went beyond that issue. It was about her appearance. It was about her relationship. And when she
and even
filed...
old interviews were dredged up where she said inappropriate comments that no one would have been able to find easily.
There was a reporter that came out that just said, I want to share the interview that with Blake Lively that made me want to quit my job. That was years old or something like that. But yeah, and then she eventually, dropped this bomb, filed this lawsuit alleging that Justin Baldoni had sexually harassed her, created a toxic environment on the set. And also in that was claims that he had hired a public relations firm to orchestrate this campaign against her in anticipation of those claims coming out.
It's scary how well it worked. And